Alright, and welcome back, guys. So we do have the Sledgehammer, we do have it Dark Aether, and all of that good stuff. We also have a DM Ultra as well, so we'll have a video on that soon. In this video, I just kind of want to do a short review of it, kind of show it with the Dark Aether camo, and kind of tips and tricks to help you unlock the Sledgehammer and unlock the Sledgehammer Gold. Now, starting off, before going to anything else, I want to kind of explain the hardest single challenge because that is currently what I'm doing on screen and it's most relevant to this certain point of the video. So the final tier challenge you need to unlock for the Sledgehammer is kind of the one challenge that is a little bit more difficult than the others. For this challenge, you have to get 20 kills without getting hit 10 separate times. So you've got to get 20 kills in a row using the sledge without taking any sort of damage. Now with this, I essentially go to the earlier rounds before the zombies start sprinting because the Sledgehammer does have a very long animation and kind of kills zombies that spawn in, and before they kind of build up together, just swing it and then kind of back away. And usually doing this, I can get about 3 or 4 on these lower rounds before the zombies start sprinting and it gets too hard to get the 20 kills without getting hit. And then just do that and kind of rinse and repeat until I get all 10 of those kills without getting hit 20 times. So now, other than that, honestly, my opinions on this weapon are a little mixed. To me, it just feels like they added this in just to kind of add a new weapon in for no reason, because it's honestly, unlocking this weapon, it's just a worse version of the knife in both multiplayer and zombies. It doesn't really do any more damage, no really redeeming factors. The only thing noticeably different between this and the knife is that this hammer has a slower animation speed. As you can see here, like when these zombies pile up like this, it's not like the knife where you can just kill them rapidly. You kind of got to swing it back up, and stuff like that, just because the animation for the sledge is quite a bit slower than the knife, and it doesn't really do any more damage or anything like that. So for me, I feel like they added this in just to kind of be like, hey, look, we're adding in new seasonal weapons, here's more content, which is cool and all. And I mean, overall, I am glad they did it because it's something I was able to grind gold with, even if it is, you know, a slightly worse version of the knife. It does definitely look cooler than the knife. It's something cooler and funner to use, but I just wish it had some different properties than the knife and just wasn't kind of, you know, a knife reskin that just, you know, slightly changed up the animation speed and whatnot. Now, to unlock this hammer, though, you cannot unlock the hammer in zombies. You have to unlock it in multiplayer, which then allows you to use it in zombies, which is kind of lame. I do kind of wish they gave zombie players the opportunity to unlock the new weapons in zombies without switching to multiplayer. Because if you are a zombies only player, you don't really want to have to take that change of pace. But I mean, it's not too bad. It's a pretty easy challenge, so you guys shouldn't have a ton of issues with it. To get this, you do have to get a double kills in a match of MP, and you've got to do that 15 different times, all being in different games. So the best method I found for this is I was going into Nuketown, I was getting a double kill with the knife, and then after that I was swapping to another class I wanted to use and let the game play out. Unfortunately, this game with progression's kind of buggy, and unlike Modern Warfare where you're able to get, you know, the challenge, back out, find a new lobby, and rinse and repeat and do that over and over again, this game has progression tracking issues, and I found that if you back out of games and do that repeatedly, you kind of get issues with tracking. And I know some people have had a lot of tracking issues with the hammer, unlocking it while using the knife and whatnot. And I didn't want to risk it, so I'd honestly recommend just playing all 15 games out to completion just to not mess with it and bug it out at all. Because this game is, dude, it's a buggy mess. And backing out of lobbies is one thing that I found that really messes with stuff like that. If you don't want to play Nuketown, TDM is probably the best way to go because the matches are a lot shorter. That way you can get that double kill, play out the match, and not have to worry about it. But for me, getting the double kill on Nuketown was just so much easier because of how small the map is. And knowing my luck, if I was trying to play the normal, you know, 6v6, I'd get like Miami or another ginormous map where you'd really struggle to get those double kills. So Nuketown might take a little bit longer because you'll be getting domination and hardpoint in some longer game modes, but still, I think getting the double kill is going to be, you know, just a little bit easier. So that way, you know, you're getting a map that you can get one on. But now kind of the tips to unlock gold and zombies for it, and this is going to be kind of a general tips too. This is going to be the same thing I would do if I was unlocking the knife because the challenges are the exact same for the hammer, and both these weapons play pretty similarly. Now, the very first challenge is get 750 kills with the hammer, which is very easy. Obviously, that one's basic. I don't need to really explain how to do that. And then after that, you have to get 750 kills with the hammer pack-a-punch. Once again, I really shouldn't need to explain that. Just pack-a-punch the weapon, get 750 kills with it. Easy peasy. Then after that, you do have to get 50 kills while enemies are distracted by like a decoy, a monkey bomb, or something like that. I found the best way for this is honestly flash grenades. The hammer takes so long to kill zombies that if you spend your points on a monkey bomb or a decoy, you're only going to kill 4 or 5 before the effect wears off. Whereas if you just want to get some flash grenades like I have here, build up the zombies, you're going to kill about the same amount of zombies while they're stunned by the flash as you would by a decoy, and they're a lot cheaper to buy and they're way more common on the ground. So that's really what I did for this challenge, and it's pretty simple. So essentially you just horde them up, and then you just kind of kill 4 or 5 of them after hitting the horde with a stun grenade. Just rinse and repeat, and they're fairly cheap to buy, so that's what I found the best for it. Yeah, they're only 250 of the cheaper salvage, whereas if you want to get a decoy or something like that, the decoy is 500 and then the monkey bomb is 1,000, and you're going to kill the same amount. The animation for the hammer is so slow where even if you do call in a decoy, you're only going to kill about 4 or 5 of them regardless. So honestly, dude, just stick with stuns. And I already had 3 on the ground. I haven't even bought any this game, and I found 3 or 4 of them just by playing the first 8 rounds. So that's kind of the strat I would use for that challenge. Now the next challenge is a little bit more tricky. This is the 10 elite eliminations. Now this is going to be quite a bit different whether you're playing solo or if you're playing multiplayer. If you're playing with a group of 3 or 4 players or even 2 players, this is going to be pretty simple. You're going to get it done in one game without any issues. Now if you're playing solo on the other hand, it's going to take a few games and it's just going to be a little bit harder because you're not going to get as many elites per game. Now what I would recommend for this is I would run the Ring of Fire ability, and essentially I would first split the Megaton, and once it's split, I would lure it into your Ring of Fire, and then I would just start wailing on it in the Ring of Fire with a hammer. If you've got this kind of appropriately packed and salvage upgraded for the round you're on, you can do a pretty decent chunk of damage each and every hit while you're in that Ring of Fire with the hammer. And that's mainly what I did. So for solo, I kind of wait in between rounds. That way you don't have a bunch of zombies around you, so you're not worried about getting hit by zombies as well, because you're not really going to be able to defend yourself that well. But in multiplayer, you shouldn't have too much issues because you'll have other people that the zombies will be around, and you actually don't even have to kill the Megaton. All you have to do is do damage right before they split, and then if someone else kills it, as long as you hit them with the hammer prior them splitting, it will count as a elite elimination for your hammer. Then besides that, we also have a challenge for getting 15 kills while using Aether Shroud or any sort of ability. Once again, really easy. Just run Ring of Fire. Kills in that also count. So while you're going for the elite eliminations, you could also be working on that. All you got to do is kill like 15 or so zombies while they're in your Ring of Fire, and that challenge will be done usually in one game. Very, very simple, easy stuff there. Now, once we get to the last challenge, I would do kind of what I'm doing here. Essentially starting a game off, getting 1 or 2 progression towards that, and then exfilling on round 11 and rinse and repeat. I was getting like 3 to sometimes 4 a game while doing this. You just want to be very careful, and usually when the game first starts off, that's the best time to do it. I was able to get like 40 kills usually without getting hit, so that'd be 2 progression with it. And honestly, just try to kill them as quick as possible, because you don't want to let them hoard up or anything like that, and you just want to pick them off one by one as they're spawning in before they get these faster running speeds. But yeah, that's really all the tips for getting this gold. It's pretty simple. The knives aren't going to take too long. I will say for sure that the hammer is a little bit harder than the knife, so if you've already grinded the knife gold, you might struggle just a tiny bit more getting the hammer. But it's, at the end of the day, it's not that hard. It's definitely a lot quicker than a lot of the melee weapons and whatnot, because one, it's a secondary, so it's only got those 30 levels, and on top of that, you only got to get like 750 kills, and the elites only take a game or 2. If you're playing solo, take probably 3. Honestly, it's going to take about 3 games if you're playing solo. But multiplayer, going to take about 1, and then the other challenges are, you know, pretty simple. So yeah, that's kind of that. Honestly, oh, and then one other one that I forgot about here. You got to get 10 kills rapidly 10 times with a sledgehammer. I kind of glossed over this one. I didn't talk about in the video. This one's very simple. Obviously, while you're doing the other challenges, you'll get this very, very quickly. Just smacking zombies at the beginning of the round, or even just in a horde. This one will pretty much finish itself. So I skipped over it, mainly because I forgot about it, because it was such a simple challenge that I didn't even think to talk about it. But yeah, all in all, that is going to wrap up the video, boys. So this is the Dark Aether on the sledgehammer. Honestly, it looks about like what I would think it look. I don't really want to do a review over it because I mean we all knew what it was gonna look like. It's Dark Aether. All the guns kind of look the same. I mean the coverage on it's great. The handle's black and whatnot. I mean it'd be kind of cool if it was something else. I mean the handle's black and I mean overall it looks good. I mean the main part of the weapon you see is fully covered with the Dark Aether camo, but yeah, so I mean it does look good with Dark Aether. It looks like I said exactly what you'd think it'd look like. Not too much to kind of cover in terms of how it looks and whatnot, but yeah, that is going to be it for this video, boys. Thank you so much for watching this point of this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh hey, look at that, you guys made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching to this point of the video, boys. I appreciate it. I do want to take a moment to give a special thanks to everyone who's decided to become a member. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and it definitely helps kind of grow the channel. You've helped us unlock some amazing emotes and a ton of other cool stuff like that, and it does really help support me and kind of let me continue in this endeavor. But I do want to give a huge special thanks to everyone who's taken it a step above. And I want to give a huge thanks to the first person in the world to become an Unlocker ++, dude. Slushy, you're an absolute legend. You were the first person to reach the final tier unlocked membership. Yeah, the Unlocker ++, the final one, the big one at the very end, dude. Slushy, you're an absolute legend, man. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, I guess with that, we're going to roll out this video, boys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.